given detail fits into that big picture, then it has meaning. You know why it has meaning? It has meaning because you have provided context. Yes? You ever heard anybody say that such and such a statement was taken out of context? What does that mean? It means that the meaning was distorted. Not so? Because it was not put within its correct context. For you to appreciate why I said that an evaluation is symbolized by a tool hub, you need to understand the context. You need to understand the big picture. What are the underlying concepts of Toastmasters? I was in Toastmasters for a long time before I really began to understand what Toastmasters was all about. And Toastmasters is really about learning by doing. It is by learning by doing. On average, how many speeches are made in a club meeting? Wrong. There are about 10 speeches made in a club meeting at least. Because every report is a speech. And that is one of the ways in which Toastmasters provides you with the opportunity of learning by doing. So learning by doing is a fundamental concept in Toastmasters. Mastery through constant practice is the second one. And you realize it ties in with the first. Okay? It is about giving yourself the opportunity to learn by doing it again and again with the intention of developing mastery. Listen to the title of our club. It is Toast what? Masters. It is Toast Masters. So fundamental to Toast mastering is the concept of mastery. And Toastmasters recognizes that mastery comes only through practice. Constant and frequent practice. All of those Toastmasters present who did one speech and then waited 4 months before they did the next one, take note. Toastmasters is about the relentless pursuit of excellence. That's what Toastmasters is about. It's about pursuing that ability, not just to talk well in front of an audience, but to become a master at the art. And it requires practice. And then the other fundamental concept that really melds all of these other things together is the concept of mutually supportive learning. Everybody in a Toastmasters club is at some point in a learning curve. We are all learning. So it is about mutually supportive learning. So when someone gets up to give a speech and you have to evaluate that speech, you are participating in a very critical process. Because if your evaluation leaves your fellow club member cold, mother-in-law or one boo, if it leaves them cold, their motivation to go on to their next assignment is impacted on negatively. And therefore, you are really putting some barriers between, as if they didn't have enough already, between your fellow Toastmaster moving on upward on that curve to the point of mastery. So I want you to appreciate how critical evaluation is. It is the heartbeat of what Toastmasters is about. If you don't do an evaluation well, you are really severely constraining your own development as well as that of your fellow Toastmaster. So at the end of it, you want to have that person feeling good. Which isn't to say that you want to whitewash. That's not helping anybody. Okay? Let me tell you what an evaluation is not. Because these crimes are committed every day in Toastmasters. An evaluation is not a rehearsal of what the person said. As a vote of thanks. Okay? That is not an evaluation. You don't have to tell them back what they told you. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to build that person's self-esteem. That's the essential purpose. We are all learners in this environment. We are all a little anxious about standing up in front of an audience to give a presentation. We're feeling a how, as we say in Trinidad. I don't know if you all say it in the islands. We're feeling a how about it. So that when we get up there and all of the eyes are on us, yes, it's really dicey. And then to encounter, after having done that, to have to stand up. Well, I know some clubs you don't have to stand up in a club, but most clubs that I've been into, you stand up and your evaluator stands up and you have to take this in front of everybody else. You know, listen to me, there's no such thing as constructive criticism. Yes. Nobody likes to be criticized, constructively or otherwise. Okay? So how do you go about this thing? As your Donna is going to come in, and she's going to give you those details. That my job is to really help you to understand and appreciate where evaluation sits. Evaluation is not just another activity within Toastmasters. Evaluation is where the quality of your club is going to rise or fall based upon the quality of the evaluations that are done. And if the evaluations build people's self-esteem, then they are going to be anxious to do another speech. But if it makes them feel small in any particular way, then there is going to be, even if it is unconscious, a reluctance to go there again. People, I don't know about you all, but I like to feel good. Alright? I love to feel good. And any situation where I am going to be uncomfortable, I avoid it. Don't you? Yes. So why you think everybody else is going to be different? Alright? People are going to avoid doing the next speech. I'm sure all of you have encountered people who've been in the club for eons. They've done one speech. Yes. You can't get them back in front of the group to do another speech. Why? Because quite possibly, their evaluation did not wow them. Did not make them feel good about themselves. So that you want, if himself the person is giving a really lousy speech, you don't want to tell them they give a great speech, you want to be truthful, but you want to look to see what their strengths are. That is the first focus of the evaluation. To see what they are doing right and to congratulate them on whatever they are doing right. So they feel good about what they're doing right. And if they're feeling good about what they're doing right, they've taken the first step to correcting what they need to correct. So that you should not, if you find, let me tell you how I see it. If you find that there are 10 weaknesses or areas that need to be strengthened in a person's presentation, you have to be selective as an evaluator. You have to say, what are the 2, maximum 3? I like to go back to 2. What are the 2 most critical things that this person needs to do to improve? Yes? That is what you want to focus on. You don't want to give them the whole list. You will kill them. Okay? Just focus on those 2 critical things. Make a suggestion. And I hope I'm not thing there. Make a suggestion. You get again and again because you need to make a suggestion as to how they can improve, and then give them another hug. Yes? Make them feel good about their presentations, because that is what the thing is all about. Alright? So in striving for quality, a person needs to try and try again. Okay? They need to get informed and positive feedback. My time is out. So that they can try again. And then they get more feedback so they can do it again. Donna, I would like to welcome you to the